It was a year ago when something peculiar occurred in my life. The looming presence of our final exams sent ripples of anxiety through the student body. Despite my diligent efforts, I found myself needing to put in extra hours of preparation. Typically, the school library shuttered its doors promptly at 5 in the evening. However, with the impending exams, a decision was made to extend its hours until midnight, providing students with the opportunity to immerse themselves in their studies. Living in close proximity to the school, I often found solace in the tranquil ambience of the library. There, amidst the hushed whispers of turning pages, I could concentrate without distraction. On this particular day, I departed from my house at 6 o'clock, eager to seize every available moment for academic pursuit. As I delved into my studies, time slipped away unnoticed. It wasn't until the clock struck midnight that I realized the lateness of the hour. Unlike previous occasions when the library would still be abuzz with activity, the silence now enveloped me like a heavy blanket. With only a few tasks left to complete, I resolved to finish quickly and make my way home. Lost in the labyrinth of books, I suddenly became aware of a faint sound emanating from the stacks nearby. Startled, I hastily gathered my belongings and hastened towards the exit. The corridor leading to the school's exterior stretched ominously before me. It was there, bathed in the dim glow of flickering lights, that I caught sight of a figure standing at the far end. Despite the distance separating us, an inexplicable sense of unease gnawed at my insides. Tentatively, I called out into the silence, but received no response. In the blink of an eye, the figure vanished, leaving behind an eerie void. Relieved yet unsettled, I ventured forth, my steps echoing in the empty corridor. As I emerged into the night air, exhaustion weighed heavily upon me, and the emptiness of the deserted street only amplified my unease. Casting furtive glances over my shoulder, I quickened my pace, eager to escape the oppressive stillness that enveloped me. But then, just as I dared to hope for sanctuary, a sinister shadow loomed before me, stretching across the pavement like a specter of dread. Heart pounding, I looked up to behold a figure shrouded in darkness, moving ever closer with each hesitant step. The woman's form emerged from the gloom, her presence casting a pall over the deserted street. Her tattered garments hung loosely from her frame, and her gait was slow and unsteady. As she drew nearer, a sense of foreboding washed over me, chilling me to the bone. With every fiber of my being screaming out in protest, I halted in my tracks, rooted to the spot by an overwhelming sense of dread. Her twisted visage and unkempt appearance sent shivers down my spine, and I found myself unable to tear my gaze away from her haunting silhouette. Paralyzed by fear, I stood transfixed as she drew closer, her eyes boring into mine with an intensity that made my blood run cold. With a voice like ice, she spoke, her words sending a shiver down my spine. Unable to respond, I gestured feebly in the direction of the school, desperate to break free from her suffocating presence. To my relief, she turned and limped away into the night, disappearing into the darkness like a wisp of smoke. Trembling with fear, I stumbled onwards, my mind awash with thoughts of escape. With each passing moment, the sense of dread that gripped me tightened its icy grip, threatening to consume me whole. As I raced through the deserted streets, the distant wail of sirens echoed in the night, a haunting reminder of the danger that lurked in the shadows. With every step, I prayed for salvation, my heart pounding in my chest as I fled from the specter that pursued me relentlessly. When I finally regained consciousness, I found myself lying on the cold, hard ground, my body racked with exhaustion and fear. It was my neighbor who discovered me, his concerned expression a stark contrast to the terror that still gripped me. Through trembling lips, he recounted the tale of Agatha, a woman whose grief had transcended the boundaries of life and death. It was said that she roamed the halls of Eden Hill School, her anguished cries echoing through the night as she searched for her lost child. In the days that followed, the memory of that fateful encounter haunted me, a constant reminder of the thin veil that separates the living from the dead. And though I may never fully understand the truth behind Agatha's ghostly apparition, one thing remains certain. The boundary between the realms of the living and the dead is far more tenuous than we dare to imagine. So, my friends, let this tale serve as a cautionary reminder of the dangers that lurk in the darkness, and the fragile nature of the human spirit. For in the end, it is our own fear that binds us to the shadows, trapping us in a prison of our own making. And with that, I bid you farewell, until we meet again to explore the mysteries that lie beyond the veil of the unknown. Stay safe, my friends, and may the light of truth guide you on your journey through the darkness.